soul, soul to soul, soul to soul.
Hello viewers, welcome to our show Soul to Soul Talk Show. Today we have with us in our studio again Sister Kimbo. We'll continue the journey of sharing experiences of Sister Kimbo in this episode. Sister Kimbo, welcome to our show.
Hi.
Sister Kimbo, in the past episodes we discussed about your personal life. So was it easy for you to believe in institution which was situated firstly in India and which was very newly formed?
It was very easy for me because I had spent already 9 months in Australia from the time I went to the first retreat, and then only 2 days later I went to the centre in Ashfield. And from that time on, I went to the other retreat centre in New South Wales, the other retreat centre in Melbourne, and everywhere I was looking to experience, is this still happening? Am I still having this intoxication? Are these people all the same? So I was always observing. I was always trying to check it out to make sure this was real. And after 9 months, I had the opportunity to come to India, and India was simply to confirm already what I'd already experienced. So it was very easy for me to come back here.
So you felt the same experience in India as you felt in the retreat in Australia?
Not exactly. Here it was more powerful. The basic foundation of the physical experience and what I was experiencing as a soul in my mind was the same, except it was more powerful here.
What was your experience in India?
My first week was wonderful. The second week I got very sick and I wasn't able to go to class. I wasn't able to get up at 4 a.m. for Amrit Vela. I was in bed for a few days. However, that did not deter me because everyone said, you're just settling a few things, so it's no problem. And actually it was a big gift because I went back to Australia and started to investigate my health, and it was what I really needed to do. And since that time I've been coming back and forth to India, and I very much like it here. I love it here in India, it's wonderful.
So you gained everything you wanted in your life?
Yes.
After coming to India?
Yes. That was definitely the nice icing in the middle of the cake. So I had additional icing now.
After coming into the spiritual knowledge like Brahma Kumaris have, do you really miss the name, fame and the friends, the get-togethers, the parties you had in your past life?
No, not at all. Because those people were really not my friends. And those parties were simply opportunities to pretend I was having fun. Because I was using other things to make me enjoy. So now I don't need anything like that. And now my parties are different. Now my friends are different. So everything about my old life is left in the past. Not to say that I don't enjoy having parties, but I don't need to party like I used to. There's no need for that.
It is said that after coming into spiritual knowledge like Brahma Kumaris have, you are said to be alone. So how do you feel?
I feel more content in my life today than I ever have. And I am on my own, I'm single, but I'm independent and I'm resilient and I'm strong. And I don't need anybody else. I just need to be able to enjoy the kind of relationship I have with me today and with Baba. That's all I need. I don't need any other relationships. The fact that I was able to find out who I was, I finally found an answer to that question that had been plaguing me and keeping me awake for a long time. who I was, and understood that at a very deep level.
You didn't miss the past life?
No, not at all. I still dance sometimes. I go to parties sometimes. But the way I party and the way I dance is different.
What differences you found in yourself before coming into Brahma Kumaris and after coming into Brahma Kumaris?
I have peace and contentment in my life now. And my level of understanding about how the world works, how I work, and how other people, how complex we are, how simple we are. I have a very good understanding and comprehension of that. Whereas before, I had very little knowledge. I had no knowledge at all about who I was. I was desperately trying to find who I was. But there was no blueprint in my life. And the meditation has given me a blueprint. I have a guide. And I follow that. If it wasn't making me feel content, if it wasn't making me feel happy, if it wasn't making me feel resilient, independent, content, peaceful, courageous, hopeful, then I would stop it immediately. I'd throw it away in the dustbin. But there's no need to throw anything away from these teachings, because these teachings work. These teachings I've proved to myself work. I don't need anybody telling me they work. I need to find out for myself if they worked. And that's what I did. I found out they work. That's it.
That means you found out that you don't need to rely on the external sources.
No more. Those resources are no longer resources. What I found are my own personal treasures, my own treasures that exist inside me because I'm a soul. So I found a complete treasure chest of qualities and virtues that I know already exist in me. I just forgot I had them. And I had no navigational tool. There was no map that I had in my possession to show me where to find them. That makes for a very lost soul, which I was. I was very lost. But now I have the maps, the tools. I can fly my own ship if I want. It's my choice.
People really want the glamour world that you had in your past. So don't you miss the glamour world because people tend to run in that glamour world?
I think if anyone has the opportunity to live that kind of life, I think it can be a wonderful experience. Glamour, fashion, fame, they're synonyms of the same thing. For me, I could get easily lost in that kind of lifestyle. But fame is not something that's important anymore. Because again, the glamour, that's another external resource. I would be then relying on a lot of people to give me information, feed me with, you're wonderful, you do this, it's very nice, and and I don't need that anymore. It was nice to hear it before. Of course, it sounds great, but it's not something I need to hear. I'm satisfied. I know exactly who I am. That's it. The search is over.
So you feel that spiritual knowledge has given you the peace you really wanted?
I was yearning for peace my whole life. I think even in my mother's womb, and trying desperately hard to find it, and using all sorts of resources at my readily available to me, in my home in Australia. I don't need those things now. I've cut that connection. There is no connection. There's no need. I use those things so much. I spend so much money on those things. My God. And now, with the knowledge that I have, there's very little money required, to keep myself content, happy, peaceful, satisfied.
According to me, having name, fame, money, we get everything in life and are fully satisfied. But you are saying the other way around. And you also said before that you had all that name, fame, money. So how this changes came?
In the realization that the name, fame, and all the things that I could have access to, all the things that I could buy, all the things that I could have and own, only gave me temporary happiness, only gave me a short fill of contentment. They didn't last. Nothing was permanent, which made me have to go and get more stuff, basically.
So it's like, according to you, this name, fame, money are just resources which give a temporary satisfaction.
Temporary
And the
satisfaction.
spiritual knowledge is the one which can give you the full satisfaction and the peace that one really needs in their life.
Absolutely. Buying all of those things only make you feel good for a short time. But it's understanding that those things really don't have any value, only the value that I thought they had, the same values that everybody else thinks they had. Like having so much money, I thought would make me happy. But in fact, when I had a lot of money, I was more worried about losing that money. It would give me sleepless nights, concerned about making sure I kept that amount of money. So having all of those things really didn't mean much at all. And I was taught, in the West we're very much taught, that we need all these things. Without these things, we're nothing. We're brainwashed, really, by TV and other media, in fact, that all these things are necessary to make us feel important, to make us feel whole, to make us feel complete, to make us feel happy. But they don't. It's true, they do, but for a very short time. And when you understand that, then they very much lose the value. Because in the West, money is revered. Money is like a god. The more you have, the more promise there is that you will be happy, full of peace, you won't need anything else. You have everything you need in life. And that's a myth, it's a lie, it's not true. Not for me, anyway.
So now you're having a stress-free life.
100% stress-free? No. But I've learned to live with stress and handle stress much better. And the way I see life is completely different to how I used to see my life before. So these days I don't have near the amount of stress that I used to. I can still get stressed sometimes. Kabhi.
Everyone has certain goals in their life. You may be having certain goals before 10 years, but currently, now, what are your goals in your life?
Primarily, the first goal is to maintain my own spiritual journey, to keep myself on track, ensuring that I'm happy, I'm peaceful, I'm enjoying my life. Before I really wasn't enjoying my life. And there were so many other factors running the show. So now I'm more in control of that. So it's extremely important for me to continue investing in this spiritual journey and making sure that I'm on track. So the goal is for me to continue being spiritual, continue the practice, which means doing seva wherever and whenever I can, which is extremely important, and to be happy.
People tend to lose their values while this name, fame, money. So, do you value human values more than this money, name, fame?
There really is no value for me in name and fame. That isn't really a value. It's a lie. It's a very well advertised. A lot of money is spent in promoting the fact that we need to accrue more money, or we need to be more powerful, or we need this, we need that. But this is not the truth at all. So those things are not values to me. The value is being able to understand who I am, being aware of all of the innate treasures I have located with me as a soul, and knowing very well how to access them when I need them. That's valuable. There is no amount of money that you can place on those kind of gifts. And everyone has these. You know, when someone first told me I had these wonderful treasures, I thought they were mad. I thought to myself, this person really doesn't know who I am. They're mistaken, you know. But everybody has this. And it's very special when you know that.
Are you able to access the values whenever you want?
No. But I can access them when I'm in yoga, and when I'm concentrating, and when I'm making effort. Sometimes I slip and I make mistakes. I'm learning. My spiritual journey is work in progress. So I can honestly tell you I am a lot better at doing this than what I used to be like.
What was the turning point of your life?
I really think the first experience I had in the meditation room at the retreat center in Sydney, when I was touched by Baba.
People say that we are human beings, but do you also think that we are spiritual beings?
We are both. We are spiritual beings living in a human body. We need to respect both. When we pay too much attention to either one, this is not necessarily beneficial. But we need to have balance in everything. I think spiritual knowledge can assist anyone in any particular field. I think in particular in the form of art, it's a very broad area. And as a performer, as an ex-performer, and it was my career for a very long period of time, I can see it would definitely help a number of people that I've worked with in the past. I'm not sure if they're ready for it, but I'm sure if they were, it would be of great benefit to them.
Is there anyone from your art friends or something who is in this spiritual knowledge?
No, not one. No, I had to say goodbye to many people.
Was it easy for you?
No, it was very difficult because I didn't realize at the time that in stopping my drinking, I would actually have to stop the lifestyle, and I would also have to stop having those friends. That I wasn't conscious of that at the time. I was only conscious of no more alcohol, no more cigarettes. So that was challenging and quite difficult. And then I realized I was better. I was becoming a better person, and I was healthier, and my well-being was improving when I removed myself from that situation, from those situations. I don't miss those situations. They weren't real anyway.
If somebody offers you a pack of cigarette or alcohol, would you like to take it, or you're content with your life?
I think the last thing I could ever do definitely is take a cigarette from anybody, because I have such an aversion to them. They smell so bad to me now, and there's no connection at all. And with drinking, I don't mix with people that drink, and if I do, it's something that is not of interest either, you know. Sometimes I have to be around people that are smoking and drinking, and I usually go to bed much earlier than normal. The connection that I have with God is because of the connection I have with myself. So I'm very content. Because if I wasn't connected with me, there would be no connection with God. For me, it's very much one and the same.
So would you like to have God as a life partner?
God is already in my life partner. God is there everywhere. God is with me all the time.
So how would you describe your own self after gaining the spiritual knowledge of Brahma Kumaris?
I'm a soul with many treasures, virtues and qualities. I think the simpler the definition, the easier. As long as I understand what that entails, what that actually truly means. And to broaden that, it means that everything I need I already have. Any answers that I require, I already have. Everything I need is with me right now. So I need to be vigilant and to monitor that connection that I have with myself, which can then connect with Baba, and there's this nice reciprocal relationship happening.
So you feel that you achieved whatever you wanted?
With regard to my spiritual journey?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm sure there's more. I'm sure there's more to learn. I'm sure there's more to experience. I'm sure this is not everything, because I know that I know in my heart and I know in my mind that there is more to achieve on this spiritual path, in this spiritual journey of mine. Not to say I'm not satisfied with what I've done so far. I'm just looking forward to the next chapter, the next phase.
What do you think is left out to achieve in your life?
Well, that's such an interesting question. I don't feel there's anything left out. I feel there's something to add. I would, change those words. So I look forward to continuing this journey, or whatever shape that takes. I know, though, that my journey will be a wonderful journey, because I'm responsible for my journey. I'm a co-creator of my journey. So I'm no longer a victim of my life. I'm actively participating in my life. So that's very exciting and very empowering at the same time.
So are you happy and content in your life, whether it be spiritual life, personal life, or professional life?
Very much so. At different times, one can be challenging, but personally, I'm extremely happy. I've never been so content with Seva and with my involvement with the Brahma Kumaris. I'm very happy, and I no longer work. I'm retired. I don't have a paid job. I'm financially mobile, so I'm extremely happy in that regard. So everything is very good. Life is good.
Thank you so much, Sister Kimbo,
Thank you.
for sharing your experiences. Viewers, I hope that you have gained an inspiration from Sister Kimbo's experiences. We'll join in the next episode with yet another eminent guest. I thank Sister Kimbo for sharing such a wonderful experiences of her life, and I hope that she will be happy and content in her life. We'll be back in the next episode with another guest. Till then, keep watching. Thank you.